anyway, so that's why we don't bother.
I never, like, speaking about, like, fathers, I never really had a father growing up. My father left, I think, how many months was I? I think I was like 8, 9 months. And I basically had to grow up with my mom, then you got my grandfather, my grandma, my aunt. So they was there for me since the beginning of time. Everybody watched up over me, seeing how I used to grow up. Like, I never really used to grow up with so much like materialistic things, grow up with like money, because we always had to find money in different types of areas, different types of like workforces and everything. So I don't know like how it really feels to grow up with like a lot of materialistic items or like phones. Like I grew up without a phone for like many, many years. Grew up without a phone, grew up without a TV, grew up without game systems. And then there was times like we didn't really have money, so all of us really had to put a lot of things together so we can pay rent, so we can pay for like food, water, everything else. Like it was hard for us, especially for me, growing up without a father. But growing up without a father was like one of the toughest tasks, especially not seeing like him right there. But over time, I grew hate, like a lot of hatred. But then I see like my family here, which makes me like, get up in the morning, go to work, do it is whatever I have to do. Like that's my motivation.
Something like that, like that touched me.
Yeah.
Because like let's say I'm his father, because that happened with my son. You know, around the same age, 6, 7 months. That's when I was sent to prison. I made it back in time to see him graduate high school. But just think about how long I was away. And like the hatred he was talking about, because you always thinking, yo, I'm your father. Yeah. But I had to humble myself and start respecting him. Like, nah, he's not this little kid that I left. Yo, Dad, I'm not a little kid no more. And we clashed, but then that class took place. It was meant because we became like this now. Because now I say, yo, nah, he's a grown man. But at the same time, that abandonment over those years, he needed my guidance. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't there. And I'm thankful though. I'm thankful for that class because now I can sit down and talk to him about everything that I've been through.
My situation with my dad is like it's funny. Like it's like he was there. Like I knew my dad wasn't new. I grew up around him, but like once him and my mom like, spurged, it was like alright, sometime not. When you feel like you don't feel like, and it was like the back and forth, and he was not consistent. I think one thing I learned from my situation, with my dad, is execution is everything. Like you can have all these great intentions in the world as a man, but if you can't execute, all the intentions is for naught. Like it's nothing. Like make sure as a man, whatever it is that you do, you execute to the best of your ability, and you follow through with everything that you're gonna do. And I think that's what it was with my dad. Like he just wasn't executing. Like he was younger yet, so he was still a kid. He was still acting like a kid. Like it was like more for him. Like he gonna do what he want and come around when he want. And I didn't see him. And then out of nowhere, he go for a while, come back, and I'm older, trying to the class stuff happened, but like now my relationship with my dad is good, but it was more so because I decided I wanted it to be good. I didn't let him dictate my life. For a while. It was like I'm gonna be angry, and the only way I'm gonna combat him was being angry. That's all I learned was I'm gonna be more mad in the house. I'm gonna build more tension. And then I realized like it started to create my character. That's what I was. I was mad little raw son, like, and I could be mad as raw and me and him there in the middle. But ego is a hell of a drug. And when I defined it, it was more of an ego check for me to put my ego away. And that's how the relationship started, like, to finally develop. So I was like, bro, let it go. It's nothing that serious.
So you see how you guys are like talking about like your experiences with your fathers, right? Whether they were there but still not necessarily how you needed them. them and how it made you guys feel, right? Now, a lot of people, you know, when they think about the kids who are running the streets and they think about, again, you know, we use the word, you know, gangs all the time, but let's take the gang part out of it, just kids who are running the streets, right? They always say that it was because they didn't have, you know, a good family home, or they had a situation where there was one parent that was away and they needed that type of attention. But I guess what really attracts kids to that type of street life though?
I feel like it's two things. It's either a misunderstanding between two people, like that are just a misunderstanding, or it's inherited. There's a lot of people out here that literally just grew up on the block and had to get with it, or they were just gonna get lost.
Okay.
And it's like their uncles or and it's sad to say that sometimes it's people with like big families, like the whole family is always around and it's just everybody's on the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's like he's born into it.
There's a whole bunch of adjectives you can use to describe them because like it just simply be misunderstood or misguided. Like, it's just simple stuff like that. And I think words are so powerful. Like you call kids bad and misunderstood. Like
Everybody has to look at the situation kind of differently, because you could say, let's just look at the people that be rapping, like the diss tracks. It's like it's negative or around that, and the social media.
They'll give the negative side more attention than they'll give the positive side. So there'll be songs like violent songs, but there's also artists will make different songs telling you how to better yourself, how to go about life, how they went about it, how they change their life around. They don't want to hear the positive, you just want to hear the negative.
So what about the artists talking about, you know, sipping on the lean, you know, bitches and hoes, I'm a buzz a cap in your head. Like, what about that? Yeah, Molly Percocet. What about those rappers that specifically sing continuously or rap continuously about that stuff?
Okay, so what I wanna kind of blame the older generation for making diss tracks like a big part of hip hop.
Okay.
And that has got passed down to now. So it's like these little kids, they're watching the guy down the block make a music video and he's saying this and that. So he feels like he's in a war area now. But he it's probably not like that. Because it's all about what energy you bring to yourself. And about the drug part, I feel like some people have to say what they're doing. Like to really give you the full idea, the full story of what's going on. But there are a lot of people that say they do drugs, but they don't do it.
It's like, it's one side saying that that's how some of them deal with stress. Other people may say that's an excuse, but at the same time, I don't know the trauma certain people face in their life, and I don't know how they escape it. That's one. For the people who make lyrics about those type of things and don't actually partake in that, like they don't take drugs, they don't. I feel like those people, like, there's no excuse for them. I feel like they're corny because they're putting it on to other listeners when they listen to their music and think, hey, maybe I'm not feeling good today. Let me see if I try this. Maybe it'll get me in a different mood. So that I don't.
we show trauma. Like all of these things, like we all like to complain about it. Why you talking about the drugs and this, that, and the third? Everything just comes from trauma. Like we literally are like, all right, yeah, I might not be doing no drugs, bro. I gotta sell these records, though, bro. Why? Because I'm black and I'm poor. I need to provide for my family. It goes back to the system and economics and what we're going through. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do to eat, bro. People picked up a rock and said, I'm gonna sell this crack because they had to support and supply for their family. So it's the same thing. I feel like it's the same thing with music, bro. Like I have to make this money because I need to support my family. So if I gotta lie and say what I'm saying on record, I'm gonna do it. And I think that starts from literally like, how about we look way deeper into like, bro, how about if they didn't have to do that, they wouldn't do that. It's always a have to. That's my thing. Like black people, we always have to do something a little bit extra on the mile to get something a little bit, bro. And like, I feel like I have to empathize with them. I can't be so, why the fuck they doing that? Nah, I have to empathize because I get it, bro. You struggling, you gotta do what you have to be. No, do I think it's right? Do I think it's wrong? That's for me to decide, but I get it. Like, I understand it.
The kid is watching the music video and he started doing seeing music videos because he found it appealing. And if he found it appealing, you raise that kid, so.
So I guess it goes to what Zeke was saying, that it's something deeper.
Yeah.
It has to be something deeper.
A lot of people don't know how to raise kids.
Yeah.